Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex,
And I'm Gaven.
and today we're going to review Monday Night Raw from July 10th, 2017. The show starts off, this is the show right after Great Balls of Fire. It starts off with Big Cass entering the ring to open, and he just kind of cuts a promo about how much he enjoyed absolutely destroying Enzo Amore last night at Great Balls of Fire before the big show comes out. Because Cass kind of says, no one's on his level, basically.
No one's bigger than him.
Yeah, and no one's bigger than him. And then the one guy, really, that's taller than him, Big Show, shows up.
And kind of bigger all around.
Yeah, in pretty much every way, probably. Hands, feet. Well, maybe not every way, if you get... maybe I shouldn't go into that aspect. But Big Show doesn't really say anything.
Which surprised me.
Yeah, me too. I thought maybe they'd give him some mic time. But he came in the ring. I don't even think he picked up a mic or had one. Cass kind of stepped to him and started saying something. And then Big Show just headbutted him. And they started brawling around the ring. Which was really cool. But Cass ends up kind of escaping Big Show after a weird-looking gator roll. Where I think Big Show tried to just break him in half.
That might have been it.
Yeah. Cass kind of rolled out under the ring and ran off. And that was the end of that.
So, I know what our SummerSlam match is going to be.
Yeah, it was just kickoff show. Big Cass versus Big Show. Sound good?
Yep.
I don't really care about any of that right now, honestly.
I don't either. I don't really care for the Big Show.
Me neither. You want to move on? That wasn't really much. Not a very good opening. Next, we had Elias Samson versus Finn Balor, the match we were missing from Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, I don't understand how that didn't happen.
Me neither. I don't know why they didn't just put it on the kickoff. But I guess it wasn't a pay-per-view match. And Balor just kind of won clean. Nothing really special happened. Samson was singing a song in the beginning as usual. And then Balor interrupted him. And they had a pretty good match. It was okay. It was fine. Samson's not bad. Finn Balor needs to do something else.
Of course.
Finn Balor,
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, thank you. I think he should go with Bray Wyatt, and apparently that's not going to happen. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe. There's a lot of things I think they left open this week.
I have a theory on why they didn't, they abandoned Bray versus Balor.
Yeah.
And because, they couldn't get the storyline right, and they wanted to, so then they just kind of abandoned.
You think they tried that hard?
Yeah.
They tried that hard and they gave up because they couldn't make a quality thing? That's never stopped them before. It didn't stop them with the women's division.
Yeah.
I like to think that would be the case, though. That they wanted to make something good and they couldn't quite capture what they wanted. But
they'll get it later.
I don't think it should be very hard if you let Wyatt and Balor do the discussing. And plus, that would be a really good excuse for the Demon to show up at SummerSlam again.
Yeah.
It's been an entire year since we've seen the Demon. Which is sad to think about.
Yeah.
But
maybe they can't find the right paint.
Maybe they can't find the right paint.
Yeah.
I don't think they've needed a reason for the Demon to show up yet. Well, okay, we'll get into more, I guess, the future stuff after the show, because there's a lot of open endings that are left.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the show a good bit.
I did
but,
too.
Mostly because of future implications. Next week's gonna apparently be a lot better because of everything that happened this week is to set up for next week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This was basically just like a gateway drug to next week's Raw. You want to move on?
Yes, let's move on to, I think, my favorite segment.
Yeah, me, not mine, but second. So, after Balor's winning, he's kind of on the ramp, and then the Hardys come out for their segment, which they're there to kind of just talk about how they're not going to become obsolete, and they're still, on the roster. They're still going to fight for the titles. And then Anderson and Gallows come out and challenge them to a match. And it's a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was.
Anderson and Gallows, however, win clean. Pretty clean.
I did not expect it.
Clean enough. I was hoping they wouldn't lose. Because what I thought would happen is a lot better than what I thought. But what I thought would happen would be the Hardys would just kind of win clean. And that would make Anderson and Gallows look just so bad. because the Hardys are super beat up, and then Gallows and Anderson come in fresh, and they just get wrecked by the Hardys, and then that makes them pretty much nothing once again.
Yeah.
But they won clean, and that makes them look good, and the Hardys don't look bad because they were beat up. They have an excuse.
True. I like it. I like that Gallows and Anderson actually won.
Me too. I like that a lot. It was good to see their music play after a match. But as their music played, they were walking down the ramp a little bit, and here comes another person. 2 people. The Revival returns to Monday Night Raw, which is a very welcome surprise.
I didn't know one of them had a broken jaw.
Yeah, I always get them both confused, but I think Wilder's the one with the facial hair and with the head hair. I think that's Dash Wilder, and Scott Dawson's the one with bald head. But yeah, he had a jaw problem. They were out for a while. But they're back, and they just destroy the Hardys for a few seconds.
I didn't understand why, but
I didn't either.
I kind of liked it.
I think I do understand why. Because it seems to me that, now, I hope this is the case. If it's not the case, I can't imagine a better time in the future where you can break the Hardys. Because after Matt being all bloody last night at Great Balls of Fire, and then both getting beaten in that Iron Man match, and then coming on Raw all taped up and injured and hurt, and Hardy with a swollen eye, and then they get beat by Anderson and Gallows clean. And then they get destroyed by the Revival. This is the perfect moment for them to just be like, you know what? That just broke our brains. This is too much. We're going to go insane now. And then you can have the Hardys break. Well, now, I'm not saying next week this happens, but I mean, like, maybe they can take a couple days off and come back broken.
Right.
A couple weeks, maybe a month or so. Maybe at SummerSlam they come back broken. I don't know. It is really close to SummerSlam to do something like that, but what do you think?
I would like, I don't know. I was just really excited that the Hardys are just like, it looks like they're breaking.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Matt's just, he's hinting at it. He's hinting at it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that whole thing a lot. The match was fine, and the 2 segments before and after were good.
I liked
it. Me too. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So next, we have the Mizzies, which is an award the Miz decided he's going to give out to the best people who deserve it.
Okay, this was exactly what I expected it to be.
Yeah, me too.
I just didn't like the name. The Mizzies.
I think
it sounds like a bad disease name.
Yeah, it sounds like a Disney Channel show. I think. But regardless, I think the segment was fine. It started off with The Miz saying the first Mizzy is for the best supporting actor. But it comes down to a tie. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas both win the Mizzy for best supporting actor in the Marine 5. And the best part is they both give little speeches. And the crowd the entire time chanting, "You deserve it," which I loved. That just made me really happy.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was. The next, he says, is the most gorgeous, most beautiful lady in WWE, and I don't think anyone guessed anyone else would win. The Maurice got that award. She was fake crying, which was great, and thanking everyone. And the Miz was saying she deserves it. And the final Mizzy is for the greatest man in WWE, and of course,
which isn't Austin Aries anymore.
Yep, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to say that too, because Miz must have taken advantage of Aries leaving, and now that Aries is gone, Miz is number 1, so he gets that award. But it's not fair. I think the Miz owes Austin Aries a Mizzy for being the greatest man alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miz got that. He kind of did a Dean Ambrose fake out, which didn't really, I don't think, get the reaction he was hoping for. Everyone was like, whoa, what? What's happening? And then, of course, Dean Ambrose comes out, and he doesn't even say any words. He just runs in the ring and tackles The Miz before getting absolutely jumped, of course, as you would when you jump in the ring with 4 people that are against you. He gets jumped by the Miztourage. However, while he's getting jumped, Seth Rollins comes out to make the save.
That really surprised me.
It surprised me as well. We're going to get into more I guess the end of the show is the best time to talk about the fallout between all this stuff because they have a follow-up segment later on. But backstage, after Rollins makes a save and they kind of run off the Miztourage and Miz, Ambrose says that, what do you think you're doing, Seth? I don't trust you. You're like the biggest rat in all of WWE. Or at least you were at a time. He turned his back on the Shield. Why would you trust him anymore?
Tells him there's gonna be no Shield reunion.
Yeah. He blatantly says there's not gonna be a Shield reunion, which I at this point I don't really believe. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have one, if not soon.
Eventually.
Okay. I'll get into. I feel like everything, if I bring it up now, it'll kind of spoil it for later. So I have a lot to say after we go through the segments.
Let's do it real quick.
Okay. So the next segment we have here is Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Bliss. Now I didn't see a lot of this match because I had to go to the bathroom, and I did feel like rewinding because I didn't care. But I see the ending, and Bayley ended up rolling up Alexa Bliss with a schoolboy to get the victory.
The match, I thought it was going to be the same thing as last time.
It wasn't.
Bayley just gets thrown out to the outside.
Yeah.
Slammed by Nia Jax.
Yeah, that was never brought up ever. Was that kayfabe or not?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Open-ended. I like things that are open-ended. So it was a good match?
It was an okay match.
Okay. I wish they would do something else with the women's division because that was the only segment they had. We'll move on again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, real quick, who do you think's gonna fight Bliss for the title at SummerSlam? Think it's gonna be Banks again?
Or Becky.
Becky?
Yeah, you never know.
Why Becky? How Becky?
Because Sasha Banks just lost, didn't she?
Yeah.
So,
You mean Bayley?
No.
She's on SmackDown.
Hold on. I'm getting my rosters confused now.
You are. Bliss isn't on SmackDown anymore, buddy.
I thought Becky was on Raw.
No.
I got my rosters confused. Sorry about that, folks.
Okay. Who do you think's gonna challenge Bliss at SummerSlam? We got Sasha, Bayley, Nia Jax. Think it's gonna be Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah. I
like that. I like that. I think Bliss and Banks could go 1-on-1 again, and it would be a worthy SummerSlam match. They had a pretty good match at Great Balls of Fire, and I think they could have actually a really good match if they let them go for another 10 or so minutes. The next segment is once again the nice little return of the Goldust video promo. Before he says that he is going to deliver Shattered Dreams Part 2.
I really like Goldust when he's like this. Because this is him.
Me too, yeah.
And it's really good.
Feels like he's in control.
And it's so well done.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. While Goldust was with R-Truth for a while, and before that when he was doing nothing, and then before that when he was doing stuff with Cody, Stardust, he didn't seem like he was like a fully fleshed out character. He just seemed like he was the leftovers of an older career.
Yeah.
Now it feels like he's a character, and he knows exactly what he's doing and everything he's supposed to do, and he can do what he wants, and it feels good to just watch him.
It's like, nice.
I know that character. I feel like, I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, but it feels weirdly good. Yeah. So R-Truth and Goldust have a rematch from I think a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. And it was a fine match. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Truth is good. Sometimes R-Truth reminds me that he actually is a pretty good wrestler. And Goldust just wins clean, though.
I like that scissor kick he did, though.
Me too. The little one where he spins out?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Booker, he's just kind of one-up in Booker T's scissor kick.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, me too. It looks really good. R-Truth, I like the spinning elbow he does, too, where he jumps in the air and spins.
Yeah,
I don't know how it's physically possible. It just looks really cool. Yeah, R-Truth's good. I used to like the team with The Miz and R-Truth back when they were a thing. I liked that a lot. I was a big fan when I was younger. But Goldust just wins clean, and is this the end of their feud? I mean, I don't feel like R-Truth really has a point to stand on anymore.
No, I think they're done.
Yeah.
They have to be done.
Yeah. What's R-Truth gonna say? He just lost clean. As clean as a whistle, too.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Do you think Goldust is gonna have a SummerSlam match at all?
If it is, it'll be against R-Truth.
Yeah, probably. Put it on kickoff with Cass and Big Show.
There you go. There's your kickoff show right there.
Yep. Cruiserweight, please make the main show. You wanna move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my favorite segment of the night, and I'll tell you why as we go through it.
Alright.
So Kurt Angle comes out, and he says, he introduces Brock Lesnar and tells them that he has them out here to show them who he's going to face at SummerSlam. He said, I figured you guys would be curious. Let's see who you're going to face at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman says, this is wasting our time. We don't care. Brock Lesnar would basically just beat anyone you put in front of us. But Roman Reigns interrupts before they could leave the ring, Heyman and Lesnar. He comes out, and he says that he defends his attempt in murder by saying that no one else would take care of Strowman and that he did Kurt Angle a favor. Now, how Kurt Angle doesn't question any of this is beyond me. So, oh yeah, it's fine. You just attempted murdered him. You want to be number one contender at SummerSlam? You're gonna get your shot. You tried to kill that guy, that one wrestler that's giving us probably a good bit of money. Go to the main event. But that's not the reason it's my favorite, obviously. I actually wish Roman Reigns wasn't in this segment at all, because he provided literally nothing.
I like how you said that Kurt Angle couldn't deal with Strowman and that Lesnar's never around to.
Yeah, that was a nice line.
I liked that.
That was a good line. But things really heated up in an amazing way when Samoa Joe came out of nowhere. I didn't expect Joe to come out.
Me neither.
He came out and he said that Lesnar didn't beat him, he escaped him, and that Roman Reigns had never beaten him, and that he wants a second shot at Lesnar's championship. And at this point, Lesnar and Joe are just in each other's face, yelling loud, and it made me feel like, you know that feeling when you get when you're actually watching a fight? You're like, oh my goodness, this is intense.
Yeah.
This is really intense. That's what I felt, and I was so excited. I was so happy to watch that. It was great. Joe is amazing, first of all, on the mic.
Yeah.
He's just the biggest badass in WWE, easily. And I'm including Lesnar. On screen, I'd say Joe. Well, okay, Todd. No, you know what, Joe? I'm going with Joe. I'm going to be firm. Samoa Joe is. But, Lesnar's great, too. He actually
tries.
Yeah. And I think he did. I think he has been. I don't know if maybe Joe is kind of inspiring him a little. I'm not going to maybe speculate that far, but yeah, it's always possible. Or maybe Lesnar just wants to try, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe Joe brings something out of him. But whatever it is, it's amazing, and I really want to see the rematch.
Me too.
Kurt Angle says,
epic.
yeah, it definitely will. Reigns tries to kind of chime in every now and then, and his lines just take away all the intensity. I do like Roman Reigns. It's going to sound like, when I talk about him, probably for a while now, that I just don't like him at all. And that's wrong, but he provided nothing to this. No intensity whatsoever. Everything he did was just flat pan.
I liked his lines, though. Like, when Joe said that since he's been around, he's had Lesnar's number.
Yeah.
And then Roman's like, yeah, you really showed him last night.
Yeah, but
I liked that.
It was fine, but Lesnar and Joe were in the middle of something. They were staring at each other as if they had pistols in their eyes, and they were about to gun each other down. And then Reigns just kind of chimed in, and it was like, oh yeah, forgot you're here. Please back off so I can watch these two amazing beasts actually kill each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His lines weren't bad, especially not like suffering succotash. I just mean that they took the air kind of out of the situation, in my opinion.
I forgot that was a line.
Yeah. This was supposed to be it's originally Daffy Duck, but Reigns kind of took it over. So Angle says that next week, in order to determine the number one contender for the Universal Championship, Samoa Joe will face Roman Reigns. And that's really the end of that.
I like that segment a lot.
Me too. I'm looking forward to the match next week. And I want to save my predictions for what's going to happen later on in the show, because I have a whole wrap up thing.
All right.
You want to move on? You have
Yeah.
anything to say?
I
Okay.
don't really.
Angle and Graves, Kurt Angle and Corey Graves are backstage when Kurt Angle says that next week he's going to go public with some expose kind of news. It might expose Kurt Angle and damage his career. Any idea on what this could be?
I really don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
he
either.
just hasn't been drinking his milk lately.
I got low calcium.
Maybe he's been drinking almond milk.
Ooh, what a scandal. Kurt Angle almond milk scandal 2017. Yeah, I honestly don't have any predictions for this. I really was trying to come up with something since I heard it, and I just can't think of what it could be. I'm sure it's nothing about the video game because, one, that shouldn't have any impact on his career as much, and two, they already revealed him at the pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
And
if it is about the game, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, me too. I don't think there's any retirement because obviously that would end a career.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for it to be retirement. And also, I just don't think he's going to retire. He said he wants to wrestle again. I honestly don't.
The only thing I can think of right now is that next week he's just going to pop up and be like, hey, I'm in this match too for the #1 contendership.
Oh, I would love that. That would be great. I still wouldn't want him to. Yeah, I wouldn't care if he won or not. That would be great, but I highly doubt it's going to happen.
It's a possibility.
But, yeah, sure. Next is Akira Tozawa and Cedric Alexander versus Neville and Noam Dar in a tag match. It was a pretty good match. Did you see all of it?
Yeah, I did.
I missed the beginning of it in between their entrances and maybe like 3 or 4 minutes before the commercial break, and then I watched the rest of it. But what I've seen of it was pretty good.
I liked it.
Tozawa got the pin on Neville, which I may be wrong on this, but I think this is the first time Neville's been pinned since Aries. Did Aries even pin him at all, ever? In a tag match or something?
I don't think so.
Is this the first time Neville's been pinned since being champion?
I think so, honestly.
Neville's great. He actually looks strong. Every now and then I just remember that Neville used to be nothing. And it makes me really happy when I look at him now and he's like the best thing about the cruiserweights, especially now that Aries is gone.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah, it is. They need to get him back. They can't miss out on something like Austin Aries.
That's who you can have against Balor right now.
Austin Aries?
Yes.
Sure. I'd be perfectly fine with that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He's out. He's gone. They bring him back. I'd like to see him on SmackDown, honestly. I think he got enough going on in Raw. Maybe put Aries with Styles for the US title. That'd be great.
Well, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Tozawa pinned Neville to win thanks to Neville being caught up on the top rope crotch first and then knocked off, and Tozawa did a top rope senton, which I like that move a lot.
That move looks like it hurts.
Yeah. It's a fun match. Nothing really to talk about. Who do you think do you think Tozawa's just gonna be a 1-on-1 rematch for the Cruiserweight title next?
Yeah.
At SummerSlam?
I think that's what's gonna happen.
I hope it's not on the kickoff this time. I think I'm actually gonna watch the kickoff match this time. I'm not gonna skip the kickoff.
I might.
I'll skip the kickoff, but I'll come back later and watch the match. I really just don't. It's so long. You know, the kickoff and then you have SummerSlam.
It's too much.
It is too much, and especially the kickoff. That's not much wrestling. It's just talking about Twitter and stuff. Oh, what are people talking about on Twitter? Oh, let's show more video packages that we're gonna see again on SummerSlam. But anyway, you want to move on to the main event? This is where the bread and butter come for me.
Yeah.
A rematch from Great Balls of Fire: Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. It's the opener, the curtain jerker, if you will, at Great Balls of Fire, and it's the closer, main event. On Monday Night Raw.
I didn't expect this outcome, though.
Me neither. Now, the match, I think the Great Balls of Fire match was a little better. I think the Great Balls of Fire match was a little more well-paced, and maybe that's because of commercial breaks.
Right.
Because commercial breaks kind of ruin a lot of matches.
Yeah.
They ruin the flow of a lot of matches. But it was a pretty good match. It was long. It was about 15, 20 minutes. And Wyatt ends up kind of hurting Rollins' eye again. He kind of aggravates it throughout the match. But Rollins goes for his, as Corey Graves called it, his spin-out knee, which I'm still going to call it the Rainmaker knee. But Wyatt kind of ends up headbutting Rollins in the injured eye, and then Rollins
Which
just kind of
apparently was all the way closed.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they saw that from all the way up back there.
Me neither. Someone was probably just in there. You're like, his eye was closed. His eye was closed. Talking about his eye was closed. But regardless, it was, and I think this is a good subtle way of actually selling that. I think it's better than last night. It was just a thumb to the eye, and now with context, it was a really good thumb to the eye. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like Jesus, he almost took his eye out. But last night it was just kind of, oh, we see thumb to the eyes all the time. Aries literally talks about it every time he's on commentary. But yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with it now. And Wyatt, yeah, Rollins just kind of squirms around the ring after a headbutt, and then Wyatt gets his sister Abigail and wins. Clean.
Which I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, of course, I'm a fan of Bray Wyatt, so anytime he gets a win, unless it's just doesn't make sense at all, then, I'm good with it.
Yeah, okay, I'm not a fan of Wyatt, but I'm okay with Rollins losing this way. Because I think this rivalry between Rollins and Wyatt's over at this point. Rollins just lost 2 matches, what was left. Wyatt should go on to Balor, as I say all the time. And here's where I'm leading into my next couple of points. So,
Alright.
Seth Rollins is left in the ring when the Miz shows up, and they jump Seth Rollins. However, Dean Ambrose, returning the favor from earlier, I suppose, comes out to aid him.
With a chair.
With a chair, and just kills the Miz. I'd like to mention also that the Miz came out like the Shield. They came from the crowd, and they got on the apron like the Shield. Ambrose comes out with a chair and saves Rollins, and the show basically closes with Rollins and Ambrose. There's a little thing with Angle still on the phone talking about how he's going to make an announcement, but the real show closer was that.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I get to predictions for next week, and what I hope to see happen. And maybe I'll change my mind on this by even tomorrow, but so Rollins and Ambrose are together now, and then this probably isn't very difficult to predict, but I think Reigns, I would like him to lose to Joe, and maybe help Rollins and Ambrose fight the Miz at SummerSlam.
That'd be nice.
And you can have Joe go on to fight Lesnar.
And win.
And you could have, and you could have Roman Reigns go back with the Shield buddies, and maybe be cheered again, maybe. Probably not for a little while, but maybe. And Reigns looks like more of a destroyer than ever after killing Braun Strowman and making him a zombie. And then Rollins still looks fine, and Ambrose, he's more unpredictable than ever, if you will. So why not get him back together? Get the gang back together. You can have Miz versus the Shield at SummerSlam, and of course, it would be a pretty quick match with the Shield going over, probably pinning like Bo Dallas or Curtis Axel. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'd like that.
And the HARDYZ can fight for the titles, win them back maybe, and Joe can win the Universal title, and they can have a women's fatal 4-way. That's my ideal Monday Night Raw card for SummerSlam. I would like to see that.
That sounds good.
You agree with that?
I like that.
And Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor too.
Of course.
I want that. So, and anyone else? I don't really know who else on the card would have Cass and Big Show. I don't care about that. No, I'm not gonna say. What do you think Enzo's gonna be up to?
Nothing for a while.
Remember about a week or so ago I said I'm a little worried about Enzo after he gets beaten by Cass?
He's just not gonna do anything?
Yeah. I know 1 week's too early to say anything, but look out for it. Look out for not seeing Enzo. I'm a little worried that it'll happen.
It's gonna happen. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, I think honestly it will.
Enzo literally just has his mic skills.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he gets better
put him
in ring, then
like I said, put him with Carmella, or bring him on SmackDown, and he can be like, James Ellsworth, you've brainwashed Carmella. She's not the same person I used to know her as. I'm gonna take her back, and then they can have a match.
Of course, have Enzo destroy James Ellsworth.
Yeah, well, maybe not destroy. Yeah, destroy.
I want him to destroy.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Ellsworth doesn't deserve to actually do much. But, yeah, and I think that would be fine, a good enough storyline. And then you could have Carmella and Enzo together. And maybe Enzo could be, like, fighting for the United States Championship while Carmella's fighting for the women's title. And then you could have them supporting each other.
That'd be nice.
And I think that would be fine. So that way, if Enzo ever is kind of dropped off, which of course he will be, because he'll still be with Carmella, so he'll be on screen and still be relevant.
Yeah, and he'll still be screaming.
Yeah, and he can help her cut promos while he's screaming. Because Carmella's not that good at promo cutting yet.
No.
She's fine, but, you know, no one's like Enzo.
No, except for Cena.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah. I say more Cena because Cena screams a lot.
Yeah, he does. He's very...
Like, almost every time.
He does a lot of passion stuff. Faux passion or whatever.
This is completely unrelated, but I was watching something from back when Lesnar returned.
Mm-hmm.
And,
when he returned against Cena?
Yeah, and the Raw after, I think it was Raw. Cena just comes out and interrupts Heyman and Lesnar. And he just gets in the ring, walks up, and just slaps Lesnar right in the face.
I know what you're talking about. I remember that.
I'm just like, dang.
Yeah, Lesnar. Cena's cool when he really has to be. And I like Cena. Oh, you know what? Why wasn't Cena on this show? He's a free agent now. Cena didn't show up. He'll probably be there next week.
Maybe he just didn't feel like it.
Yeah. This is big time in WWE. I'm too important for Raw. I don't need this.
That's how Lesnar is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fair enough.
He's like, I don't feel like doing this. I'm just gonna plant more turnips.
More turnips. Anything else?
Nah. I think that's everything.
You want to close?
Yeah.
All right. You can follow us on Twitter at CarAlarm Podcast.
And on Facebook, if you just type in the little search bar thingy at Sounding CarAlarm, and you'll find our page there.
We are CarAlarm.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching.